So of course, every time we cook, I gotta put on my apron. My alter ego, Cook Ray. So I'll put this on. Today we're making a creamy seafood udon noodle. And it's gonna be a bit of a fusion mix. So you won't find this recipe anywhere. So here are our ingredients. You got this udon noodle, nice creamy cup of noodle. And we got a mix of seafood, including some mussels, crab steak, some squid, and a few other types of things mixed in here. You've got Parmesan cheese, you've got caviar. This is flying fish roll. You've got a 7-minute boiled egg here. You've got some seaweed, green onion, garlic, and some butter. First, now these have been blanched already and these have been blanched, so they're pretty much ready to go. So let's cut it up and mince our garlic. So now that we've got them finely minced, generally 2 cloves of garlic is more than enough to feed 4 or 5 people, but I'm a little garlicky and we had a few more. I think we had 4 or 5. We're gonna turn on the stove here. I'm gonna grab some oil in the pantry. Extra virgin olive oil, of course. Put it all around, get the pot nice and hot. So what we're trying to do here is stir fry this seafood melody. So now the oil is nice and hot. We're gonna take our minced garlic. We're gonna put it in. That's the sound we're looking for, that sizzling sound. And now, before the garlic burns, put in our seafood. Put in a bit of salt. I like this fancy flour salt, so put a bit of that. And of course, some nice, fresh, cracked black pepper. You don't want to cook them for too long or they'll become very rubbery. So with seafood, you gotta be very careful and mindful of how long to cook it. So we've blanched it already, and now that we're stir frying it, give it about maybe 3 minutes at most, 3-4 minutes, and then you can take it off the pan for our next step. So seafood's done, we'll close off the flame, and then we'll put them back into this pot for our next step, which would be to make our creamy sauce. So now that we've put all the seafood out, there's still a bit of residue from the seafood. We don't want to waste it, so we're going to keep that running hot. We'll go in the fridge and we'll get some cooking cream. So essentially it's an Alfredo sauce, and then it's going to be mixed in with some Asian ingredients. So we'll put it in. Of course, we're going to have to get it a little warmed up, and then we'll throw some Parmesan cheese inside. Waiting. So we've got the cream boiling right now, and I like it even a little more creamier, so let's put a bit more butter. See, it's come up quite a lot. It's going to reduce down. And then the next ingredient we're going to put in is the cheese, which makes the Alfredo sauce. It's going to taste very, very good. So we'll put 1, 2, 2.5 handfuls of cheese. We'll let that melt a bit. And then what we're going to do is add these udon noodles. So generally, you'll look at the consistency. Right now, it's still a little bit milky. We want to bring that down a little bit more to get that creaminess in. We're also going to add a bit of salt, of course, salt to taste, a bit of salt, and a bit of pepper. Not necessary, but I always like a bit of salt and pepper, especially pepper. So as that's coming to a boil, we'll wait this to simmer down a bit, and I'll see you in a few moments. So Alfredo sauce is almost ready, and what we're going to do is cut the green onion. We're going to cut them into little, almost smaller than bite-sized pieces. We want to get them thin. It'll add some color and a bit of flavor onto the finishing when we're plating. So now that the green onion's done, the sauce is pretty much ready. We're gonna throw in our noodles. And we'll put about 2 portions in, like so. And mix it in with the sauce. Beautiful creamy texture. Then we'll throw some of this seafood in as well. And then next, we'll put some of this seaweed. This will give it a nice seafoody, oceanic flavor. It's gonna add a bit of color, not a whole lot, to the dish as well. Okay, now for the plating. We're gonna take our noodles out. So Leah, you're gonna have to speed this up. Now next, come with me on this side. We're gonna add some of this caviar. So add a bit more seafood flavor. And it's also gonna add some nice color as well. We don't wanna put it in with the pan or it's just gonna disintegrate the egg. We wanna put it now. So take a look at that color. It looks pretty awesome. And now we're gonna plate it. Here. We don't have to be fancy about it, as long as we get what we need onto the plate. So this would be a nice, decent sized portion, like so. And as mentioned to you, last but not least, we gotta have the 7-minute egg, and I'll show you why it's 7 minutes. We'll lay it just on top of here. Stay. Okay, it's good. Then we got some green onion, of course, for the finishing touch. So here you have it. I don't have a name for it, but I'll call it the fusion creamy udon noodle plate. And I'm gonna grab a fork and I'll show you how the 7-minute egg looks like and why I call it the 7-minute egg. So as you can see, these plates don't take very long, and I'm a guy that likes quick, as I mentioned, fast, efficient, and most importantly, it has to be tasty. Thanks again for watching. Stay safe, stay active, and we're definitely still selling real estate.